Hey everyone, welcome back to the free-to-play Ultimate Iron Man progress. This is episode 23, and once again it's been about 6 months since the last one, so it's enough time to get a decent bit of progress on this account, so I hope you enjoy the video. So last episode we left off, I was mostly AFKing between combat and woodcutting and firemaking at U's, and for the last few months of last year I was maining Brighter Shores and was more AFK on OSRS on the side. And this is because, for one thing, I was just enjoying Brighter Shores a lot, but also because I was kind of waiting on updates in this game to be able to do much, because between ongoing wrist issues that prevent me from doing some skilling methods and anticipation of updates that make me not really want to train skills until those come out, I was kind of locked out of a lot of content in the game. So mainly in this case, I was waiting for the run energy update to be able to train runecrafting, because I have a lot of supplies for runecrafting from all of the combat that I've done, and runecrafting is a pretty low APM skill, so I can pretty reliably do it, and it's pretty good for EHP also. So the run energy update did come out early 2025, towards the beginning of January, so as soon as that update hit, I decided to switch gears and start to focus more on OSRS again and train runecrafting on the free-to-play UIM. So Brighter Shores has kind of gone on the back burner for me, and I'm mostly just playing it passively now, because at the end of the day, this account is my number one game and number one account on anything, so I want to make sure that I stay consistent, and I wanted to increase my progress a bit on this account. And Brighter Shores has kind of quieted down, and the update cadence has become quite slow, so I think I'll probably return to it eventually once it's closer to full release, but for now I feel like I'm kind of satisfied with the gameplay that I've experienced on there. And a nice little milestone I reached shortly before this update is 100 mil hit points XP, which looks pretty cool. Another skill above 100 mil, and halfway done with the entirely passive hit point skill, and not really halfway done with anything else, because there are 4 combat skills that you train definitely with hit points in free-to-play Iron, so I'm 3/8 of the way, you could say, I guess. So with the switch to runecrafting, I'm going to have to stop training combat and use a different skill during AFK time, and the ideal candidate is woodcutting and firemaking at U's, because all you need is an axe for that, and I need an axe anyways while I'm training runecrafting to use the canoe to recharge run at Ferox. So alongside runecrafting, I'll be back to woodcutting and firemaking, and combat will be paused for the time being. So I had to head up to the Wildy and mine and smith a rune bar to make my rune axe. About to get a level. There's level 92 runecrafting. Pretty nice. So I'm halfway to 99 now. Yeah, it's going to be a long way to go still to get 99, but yeah, it's cool to see. So in terms of the actual impact on RC from the run energy update, it seems like it depends a lot on which method you're doing, but for this, it's probably between 5 and 10% faster now. Hard to say exactly. As you can see, I'm using a rune pick. I'm not using an addy pick for 2 ticking, which makes it a little slower. But yeah, I don't think my wrists are ready to be doing that much extra clicking for a little bit faster XP rate, probably like 10% faster, so it's not really that big a deal. I think I'm getting like close to 8k XP an hour doing it this way, and if I was addy picking, it'd be like 9k. That's with the noted S, which speeds it up a decent amount. Without noted S, it would probably be like 7k or so. 7k with addy pick and probably like 6k with rune pick. I also have 1 inventory space ragged by law runes, and yeah, it is what it is. I can't really, it's not worth it for me to be using Varrock teleports on RC. It barely even saves time, and it's a huge waste of law runes. Those just need to be saved for crafting or smithing. Oh yeah, and one thing I've just remembered is that 92 runecrafting is actually the level you unlock triple body runes, so now every trip I'm going to get more body runes that I have to drop. But it's kind of funny, it's like actually something has changed. Usually runecrafting doesn't do anything in free-to-play. So yeah, I think right now the plan is just keep doing RC and AFKing use. Gained a few mil XP in fire making and woodcutting also. I've been doing a mix of campfiring and burning lines. Campfiring is pretty bad, but it's AFK, and sometimes it's better than nothing. And I don't know, my wrists have been bothering me a bit more, even though RC is, as you can see, it's really not a lot of APM, but I think maybe like the fire making just adds up over time and starts to bother my wrists, because if you're just AFKing use all day, then you are spending, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours of that time is actively fire making, so I guess that kind of adds up, and fire making is a fair amount of clicking. So yeah, it's still kind of a TBD as to whether this will be sustainable or if my wrists are going to get worse and I have to go back to combat or whatever, but we'll see. Also, leagues are supposed to end pretty soon. I think less than a week from now, leagues should be over. And hopefully we get our worlds back, and then maybe I could switch to crafting. And then from crafting, I can skill hop to melees, because especially now after the run update, crafting in full armor is just the same XP rate as crafting without armor. So yeah, that'll be fine. It's a lot easier. With RC, I'd be trolling to be wearing armor during it. And crafting is a lot less impacted by the inventory slot being used up. Though with crafting, I have a few more inventory slots lost than with this method, but still. Yeah, I don't know. I guess ideally I would keep RCing until I run out of noded S and then just train crafting. But this many laws is, when you get like over 1k crafting XP per law rune, so that would get me way past 99. It'd probably be a good 6 months to a year of crafting, maybe more, depending on how many hours I'm able to play. And then I would just be doing combat again and getting more laws. So I think I kind of just have to play with the mindset of expecting probably permanently having laws and bone fragments, and maybe noded S2, we'll see. This is a bug that happens because of forestry events very occasionally. You can cause a fire to get stuck and not animate and look brighter. And I think it happens when you light a fire like on the same tick that a rising root is trying to teleport to the location that the fire is in, and it'll delete the root and keep the fire without the animation. Pretty weird. I think I've only seen it happen like twice so far. And I didn't get a very good clip of this, but here is 93 runecraft. Hey everyone, a little progress update. It's April 2nd today, so it's probably been a few months since my last clip, because not a whole lot has changed. I've just been doing a little bit of RC and woodcutting and fire making, so these are both around 170 mil, and woodcutting is only 1 mil XP behind fire making at this point, so I think that I can get rid of my forestry kit and stop doing forestry events now, because I will probably be able to keep these 1-to-1 by just the amount of bonfiring that I do here and there. So that'll be nice, because I think this thing is kind of ugly, and also it weighs a little bit, and I can just suicide with it, and then it will keep all of my bark. Let's see how much. I ended up with 318k bark, so I don't know how much XP. I've probably done 20 to 30 mil XP off of forestry events, but it's hard to say exactly. Alright, so I just died to this scorpion, and then make sure I don't pick up the backpack when I come back. And then, unfortunately, suiciding always destroys your chronicle, so I'll have to go back and get a new chronicle. But while I'm at it, I'll bring some GP and I can fill up the book, since I need the teleports for RC right now. Farewell to you, forestry kit. Hopefully I never have to see this thing again, and I won't have to do any more of those events. I stopped doing the endlings a while ago, so I was just doing the roots and the saplings, and some saplings are bad enough that I skip them, but sapling events are actually kind of fun sometimes, so I don't mind them. And the roots are just, simple. They are what they are. There is level 94 RC. Another level down. It's been a while since I got one of these, because I've been going kind of slow with RC. That's always nice to see. Other news since the last clip is Jagex announced that they will be changing campfires to give full XP per log instead of the current, which is 1/3 of the normal XP per log. And they'll just burn the logs slower, so probably like 6 or 8 ticks per log. So that's going to be really powerful for my account AFKing, because what I've done for pretty much all of this XP is having to actually light a line of fires every like 5 minutes or so. But this will just mean that for a very marginally slower XP rate, I can full AFK the whole thing. So decided to leave this here until that comes out. I mean, obviously it will pass the poll if it gets to a poll. So I feel like there's no point in me continuing until that comes out. So I've been doing a bit of AFK fishing instead, just harpooning, because I think harpooning is like slightly better XP than lobsters. So just harpooning and dropping, and I can do that for a good like 20 mil or so fishing XP before I even need to start cooking. So that'll keep me going for a bit for the AFK time. And I guess we'll just have to see how long it takes for the fire making change to come out. Very simple change on their side, assuming it passes a poll. So hopefully it won't take too long. So I did about 5 or so mil fishing XP AFKing over the course of a few weeks after the bonfire update was announced, and got my fishing and cooking to pretty even with each other. And I realized at that point I should probably start cooking, because whenever I'm like really AFKing like on my phone, I'm probably not going to want to bother cooking. I'm just going to catch and drop the fish. So I'll have to leave some room for that. And then I was thinking further and decided that it probably makes sense for me to just switch back to combats for a while again and build up my rune essence stack again, because I don't have enough rune essence to last me through the rest of 200 mil fire making and woodcutting, as weird as that sounds, because I would like to be runecrafting with noted S as much as possible. And as I said before, the AFK skill of choice is woodcutting and fire making, so I want to have enough noted S to last me for actively runecrafting while I AFK the rest of woodcutting and fire making, and not have to hop back and forth again. So I figured it made sense to just go back to combats until I get enough noted S, and then I'll come back to woodcutting and fire making, and surely the bonfire update will have been released by then, because it'll take me at least a few months, I think. So the plan now is fully focus on combats and see if I can handle doing hill giants, because hill giants are a bit more APM than anything I've done for a bit. So we'll have to see if it aggravates my wrist too much, or if I can handle it. The tendonitis has been very, very slowly improving over the past months and years. So my hope is that it will go okay, but it's kind of just, you have to test it out and see. And if not, then I'll just be AFKing all the time, or maybe do like woodcutting and fire making, or maybe crafting or something, who knows. All right, I got my 7 rune bars. That took a bit of time, but now I can make first a scimitar, of course, and then a kite shield, and a full helm. Very nice. So I just need to buy the plate and the legs now, and I'll be fully geared up. All right, always plate skirt because it weighs less, and plate body because it's best for crawlers and catapulpons, and I'll probably be wearing either one or both pieces of monk robes at hill giants anyways. I've been level 1, 2, 3 combat for like 3.5 years. I'm kind of sad because I feel like 1, 2, 3 looks better than 1, 2, 4, but it's unavoidable. So yeah, now I'm 1, 2, 4 combat and 82 fair. That's weird, man. It feels weird. All right, there's 100 mil attack XP. Pretty big one. Halfway done with another combat. Strength is 151 now, so I've gained a little bit of XP there. Basically, do strength at catapulpons and do attack at crawlers and also at hill giants when I'm actually playing the game. Because strength at catapulpons is kind of OP compared to the rest, because they drain your strength level, so you get a lot better max hits if you're training there with strength than with attack or defense. So I'll probably save the rest of my strength XP for catapulpons, and if I end up not doing them, then I'll save it for when I'm potting, because it makes a bigger difference in your potting also, which I'm doing now, but that's fine. So yeah, it's been almost a week since I switched back to combat. Been doing hill giants when I have free time, and then catapulpons when I'm semi AFK, and then flesh crawlers when I'm just like not even at the computer with Chrome remote. So Yeah, combat XP is pretty free, but of course, the main reason to kill these is prayer XP because they're the best prayer XP you can get aside from doing boneyard. And don't really want to do boneyard with all of my item stacks. That'd be a little bit scary, and it's also just not really that appealing because it's bad XP. I'd rather just train combats and get the prayer XP passively and get the loot also. So yeah, I'm already up to 60 giant keys. Those, you get those so quickly here. And I'm definitely enjoying killing hill giants. It's the way I'm doing it is pretty chill because I'm just using the 5% strength prayer, and there's an altar right close by. It takes like less than a minute to run there and recharge the prayer, and your prayer will last for like an hour or something, maybe longer. So it's pretty insane, and that gives you a little bit of extra max hits. So I wear the monk robes, and with the monk robes you gradually lose HP, but it takes a really long time to run out of HP. So yeah, I'm not prayer flicking, and just making pots and chilling, picking up the big bones. Definitely still is, I mean, it's more APM than anything else I've done in a long time on this game, and I'm still having wrist issues, so definitely can't do this for like a lot of hours at once without my wrist being in pain, even doing it a more chill way. But yeah, I'll basically just see if I can sustain this in the longer term. And if not, I'll have to come up with another plan. Okay, another small level. This is 83 prayer. All right, well, I've been slowly inching towards this for a while now, and I'm about to hit 1 billion total XP on my free-to-play ultimate, which is something that I've been dreaming about for a few years now. I always thought it would be really cool to pass that mark and see another digit on the total XP. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to be here, and it was pretty much exactly at the point where I hit 10k EHP on the account also, so that's another pretty nice milestone. It's farther than I've taken any account in OSRS at this point. I think that my old main maybe peaked around like 6k-ish, but I can't remember exactly. It's obviously lost a bit over time. So yeah, this account is, and I think it has more hours played than my main also, so it's definitely the most that I've ever played any single account, and it's a nice milestone to hit. It doesn't really change anything really, it just looks nice and it's a milestone along the way. Like, I still haven't finished any single skill yet, and I'm still going to keep playing the same as I have before, but it sort of feels different, I guess, to see the bigger number. And I think that's just because, you know, the human brain is a bit simple. But yeah, this is a cool achievement that I'm happy with. I feel like I've been sort of chipping away at different skills and moving around a bit, sort of drifting based on game updates and IRL situation and stuff, so I haven't really taken down any single skill yet, but it's a nice mark of my progress in the account, and if anything, I feel like it motivates me more to keep playing and go for the next billion XP, because I do think that 2 billion XP is achievable on this account, and I think I could be there in, I don't know, it'll take a while, maybe 5 years, we'll see. And then to go well beyond 2 bill XP is where you get into the actually really slow skills, and that's the point where that's sort of where the account will take a turn, I think. But I still have a long time where I can continue to kind of cruise and play the way I've been playing. So yeah, new goal, 2 bill XP on the account. I'm still going to mainly focus on the faster skills, but I think I will also work on maxing the account, as in max total. So I'm planning to do more rune crafting, like I'm already gathering supplies for that. And crafting is relatively easy to finish, and then that will pretty much get magic and smithing done. And then really the only major hurdle I see for maxing is prayer, because I don't think I'll be doing boneyard because of all the stuff I have in my inventory, and that means I got about 2,000 hours of hill giants to get 99 prayer. So that's just a lot of time, but I think hill giants are pretty fun, so I probably will eventually get it if I keep playing this account long enough, but I think it is going to be at least a year, probably multiple years from now before I get that level, and I imagine it will be my last skill for max total. So that's where this account is at. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I think I might make another sort of longer form, like almost podcast style ramble about the state of the account and the future and my thoughts on the game and all that, because it feels like 1 bill XP is a good milestone to do that kind of thing. But I wanted to keep this video in a more typical progress video format. So I'll probably be working on that ramble, because it's something I like to listen to when other skillers make more longer videos where they're just talking into the mic. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.